Hey everyone, Dead Old Nerve Guy here. Today, part 2 of the mod of the quick slide. I'm gonna reinforce the spring seat and try to install tougher spring I just received to put inside because I have a twin spring setup and I prefer to have simple single spring in those blaster. Problem with this blaster is the spring seat, like a lot of other xshot or Busby or some dart zone, even Nerf for that matter, spring seats are sometimes very thin and the plastic just snap with overextension. If you overextend this plastic, the corner of it in the spring seat is just gonna let go and then your plastic is gonna fly. What I want to do here is not put it bulletproof because there's a lot of technique to reinforce it. You can go with epoxy, you can even add some plastic with super glue, but I'm gonna go with aluminum tape, which is gonna preserve the integrity, not add too much material. I'm gonna basically laminate the interior of this shell so it's more resistant and will tend less of cracking and let go under spring tension. Plus, it's gonna take the shape of the spring seat when the spring is gonna sit at the bottom of the blaster after some time, so it's gonna keep it aligned. That was my twin spring setup inside this blaster. Will a simple one fit? Yes, if I cut the fins there. I'm gonna cut down the fins a little, and you see the spring seat in this thing? This is just a small flimsy piece of plastic. I'm gonna add a little material here, this way going over, this way going over, and then I'm gonna add a layer at the bottom. To do this, I'm gonna have to empty the shell completely or almost, because here is the catch. Okay, catch and trigger here. Okay, so I got space to put some metal behind so I can reinforce it even more. And what about the other half? The other half is just a tiny little tab of plastic that come here. Plus we got this plunger. I'm kind of worried about this back piece here. Might try to find a way to add some tape, aluminum tape again, at the exterior of it, or add some epoxy down the middle to thicken the plastic. I don't want this thing to break on me. Yeah, gonna try doing the tape method with this part, but I'm not sure this is gonna work on this plunger. So let's hope plunger will hold. And that's it. Pretty simple blaster. Okay, for this spring seat. Oh yeah, okay. This would be able to snap. Oh yes. Okay, so we need one small strip here, one tiny strip here. Okay. To do this is automotive metal tape, aluminum tape, stainless steel tape, depending. Try to get not the thickest you can find, but not the thinnest. This is a little too thin for my taste, but I'm gonna use it anyway. I'm just gonna put like one more layer. Normally I like it a bit thicker than this one. I will need a small strip for one side, another very small strip for the other side. Then I'm gonna need a strip for the bottom. It's gonna be slightly wider. And then I'm gonna need a bottom piece for this. Okay, let's start with the first one. Take this one. Need to peel off the paper at the back of it, but don't remove it completely. Try not to touch the aluminum tape. And then you have your first piece. This is gonna go at the bare bottom of this. Try to do as much square as possible so you have less trimming, because this thing is not fun to trim. And then you be sure it's all the way down to the corner. Take a small wooden peg so it's not gonna break it or rip it for nothing, like I just did. I just ripped it a little, but that's gonna be okay. Go all the way at the bottom. You be sure everything is stick very, very well. Then we have our first piece installed. Then for another piece on the other side. So this side look done. Do the other side and then we'll try to close it with our new spring. Other side done. As you can see, I got metal pretty much everywhere on the spring seat. This is not a lot of rigidity. This is basically to prevent part of the spring to scratch or put too much stress in one point, crack and break your seat. That's it. It's a lot of trial and error. You cut a little, you install there, and sometimes you miss. Try to install it right the first way and not crumble it in the corner. This will give you problem for reassembly. And if you try to peel it off when it's really stuck there, you're gonna have trouble. Once this thing is there, it is there. We use that in automotive repair. There is a reason. Yeah, that's my little trick of the trade. I got some masking tape everywhere holding the screw in the holes so I know where they go. This one, I am not gonna reinforce this one right now. Maybe I should. I'm gonna see about that. It's the other way around. And it's rather loose, it's not touching anywhere. Even in the upper part, I could add some material there. I'm gonna try to do it with this one. Let's wipe it first, because this thing is gonna have some lubricant on it, guaranteed. I'm gonna add a layer or two on the plunger, just so the back end might resist a little more. Let's clean it with alcohol, so I'm sure it's clean. That my tape is gonna stick to it. Whew, alcohol smell. Okay, so this is gonna be a very thin band. I'm gonna cut a longer strip. So total today, we cut a total of like 6 inches of the roll, which is not that much. This one's on this side, this side. I'm gonna try to do a nice piece here. I'm gonna have the second one all the way. That's gonna go a little further here. But that's it. Don't want to add too much, otherwise it might rub inside or might catch when using the blaster. I cleaned it up with alcohol very much before sticking the tape to it. And now it should be just perfect to finish this plunger. I don't know if I can. Yeah, maybe. Right there. My stick. This should be better. So let's start reassembly and try this thing. See if it's still, one, working, into working with that stronger spring, because this spring is stronger than both the spring that were inside originally. Just need to shave a little of those tabs off here, because the stronger spring is a little tight. That's it. It should fit right on. Exactly. It is fitting right on. Good. Let's put that in there. All closed. I want to know if it catches. I'm afraid I'm gonna break something in it, but it's okay. That spring look great. Let's try it with a couple full length. Then let's try some half dart. Looks like this spring I put in is a little weaker than the twin spring setup that I had. And this was two very weak spring that I put inside. See, same thing here. But in the end, this thing is shooting maximum of 110 FPS with the tougher spring. I might have to reopen it and reinstall the double spring setup inside. But all thing good. Now, this spring was almost coming up the spring seat. Now it's okay. It's holding there. It's solid. This is a reinforced blaster. Hopefully it answers some of the question of people asking me, how do I reinforce an xshot blaster, or the spring seat is gonna break, what can I do? You can do this, and you can even add, like, let's say, a washer if you have the opportunity. On this one, you're gonna need a weird washer because of the plunger going in the middle. Sometimes it's easier, but I really love this metal tape. It prevents the spring from scratching in the blaster, and it prevents your plastic from having too much stress and snapping. That's it for now. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at @thatlittlenerveguy. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit that bell to stay notified of my latest video. This was Dave Fatag. See you next time. Bye.